Alrighty everyone, welcome back. It is now March 14th of 2024, and there's been a lot of drama happening at all divisions over at the Walt Disney Company. I mean, Marvel Studios and Lucasfilm is just the beginning. There's also been a lot of drama happening with the Walt Disney Animation Group, of course, and everything else happening with Pixar, and everything related to Bob Iger's cost-cutting measures being applied to all divisions across the board. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. Now, one thing about Bob Iger is that we know that he is currently in full panic mode and is really heading into damage control, especially when it comes down to Marvel Studios and the current status of this division. They are placing all bets on Deadpool 3 to at least make a decent profit at the box office across all, of course, movie theaters, and at the same exact time, seemingly they want to sabotage this thing because they want to throw in DEI elements related to the third act of the film through reshoots. But I digress. Let's get into exactly what's been going on here with the whole gender-swapped Wolverine disaster happening behind the scenes for both Deadpool 3 and X-Men 97 Season 2, and the concepts of race swapping and gender swapping and how Bob Iger is reacting to all of this. Now, specifically, we know that Iger is a liar, alright? That's why I call him Bob Liger. This man will say whatever he has to say to the shareholders, to the customers, to really string them along into the following year. Now, moving onwards here, everything related to Bob Iger, with Marvel Studios already in serious trouble due to Bob Iger's lack of leadership skills and deliberate plans, one major development has much to do with Disney's push for a gender-swapped version of Wolverine. Now, recently Bob Iger delivered the following in the wake of the drama surrounding the concepts of gender and race swapping and fan pushback, especially with Marvel Studios. As CEO, I believe it is a necessity for the Walt Disney Company to explore all avenues, especially for our most valued division, Marvel Studios. We take value with our insertion of DEI in order to reach a wider global audience, and this is not to be confused with any sort of agenda on our hands. I think it's also it's necessary for me to address and inform those that are very loud and opinionated to keep their biased opinions to themselves and to remain quiet for the rest of our customers to decide on the product's outcome for themselves. Another thing that we take full value in is that we aim to succeed with our projects catered to Marvel will be by exploring great pathways to adapting popular Marvel characters to hold new iterations connected to both race and gender. Kevin Feige's concepts of the multiverse allow us to hold endless possibilities with those iterations of characters to be used in both live-action and animated projects across the board. Something that both I and Mr. Feige discussed was that it was, of course, to be expected that we would see some form of withdrawal from our customers as we aim to perfect those concepts into live-action and animated films, television programs, and as well as other projects, to redesign popular characters connected to the Marvel world with applying different genders, backgrounds, and race. However, since our usage of the multiverse provides us with the liberty to explore those options, we do not see this as an agenda-driven strategy at all, as many are beginning to claim. We find that also to be very irresponsible that exploring these new iterations of famous characters connected to the Marvel world as agenda-driven and engaging in a culture war to be quite offensive, since this is not what the Walt Disney Company is about and never will be about either. Kevin Feige holds a great vision for where Marvel will go in the next 10 years plus, and within the next 5, we are proud to take full advantage with story elements connected to the multiverse to reach a wider global audience of those with different backgrounds and ethnicities to widen our brand. We were proud to apply these concepts to characters like Ariel from The Little Mermaid and Snow White, for example, in our upcoming 2025 film, apart from Marvel, as we aim to do the same for both race and gender with well-established Marvel-related characters. Again, we ask those loud and opinionated biased takes coming from what we found to be a minority of our customers attempting to influence others to believe that Disney engages in any kind of a culture war We ask those to keep those inflammatory takes to themselves and to let our product speak for itself with our upcoming slate of Marvel films, television shows, and merchandise that will cater to our new global audience that we hope to obtain within the next couple of years. Now, guys, let me say one thing about this. Now, the thing about Bob Iger is that he's losing his mind. We all know it, and I think that the Disney Board of Directors are slowly beginning to realize this. We already know that there is indeed a minor shakeup happening between different board members over at Disney, and though the ones that do disagree with Iger are on the lower end, it's a start. It's at least a start to beginning to, of course, witness all these board members going up against Bob Iger, and it's going to continue to grow, I believe, within the next 2 years, if there even will be a Disney by 2026. But looking at everything related to how Bob Iger is really losing it when it comes to how there's so much pushback against the concept of race and gender swapping and all of that nonsense that Disney is pushing with not just, their Disney related material in general, but how they are going to be doing this now in the Marvel Studios realm, in that overall division of the Walt Disney Company. So it's not looking good. This is exactly why I said I can't see how Disney survives after 2025. 2025 is going to be a very complex year for themselves unless they begin to fix things immediately right now. So far, Captain America 4 has been going through very expensive reshoots because of all of the creative differences happening with that film. Thunderbolts, drama surrounding that project as well. Don't even get me started on Blade 2025. And Fantastic Four has been going through some revisions, alright? And we know that they've changed a lot of aspects of Silver Surfer. They backed out of doing a female version of the character. Instead, they want to do that in animated form for a remake of the Silver Surfer animated series from the 1990s. Kind of similar to what they're doing with X-Men 97 and X-Men 97 Season 2. So moving onwards here, alright, apart from what Bob Iger delivered here, this all relates to the drama happening behind the scenes for the female version of Wolverine that got axed from Deadpool 3, however, is also now happening for X-Men 97 Season 2. Now that's all connected to the whole Bo DeMeo drama, as well as Bo wanted to drop elements of the multiverse, and Disney got very panicky about that because they felt that the multiverse would be a great way to justify using the gender-swapped version of not just Wolverine, but other Marvel-related characters, and how that's going to basically be their ultimate way of resetting the MCU in a different universe or multiple universes through animated form. So again, I think that Bob Iger really needs to go. I think that the board of directors, or at least all of them, need to wake up at this point. But it's not just them, and it's not just Iger, it's also the top 3 shareholders that I have to always name: BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street, funding all of this nonsense. So overall, guys, I would love to hear your overall take below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.